Hello and a very good evening to you, and welcome to the launch of the One Day Special. We have got a fabulous new Groovi plate collection, and yes, he's here. He's in the building. He's not on Skype. I'm so pleased to see him. It's the lovely Paul Church. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. It's lovely to be here, Fiona.
Oh, we're so excited. I'm sure a lot of viewers are going to be excited to have you here with us this evening as well.
And for a very special occasion as well.
I know.
Beautiful.
How gorgeous is this? Tell me about our One Day Special. We'll get straight to it, Paul.
OK, so the One Day Special, Josie Davidson. A lot of people that are into their Groovi will be very familiar with that beautiful name. And Josie is sort of queen of grids and lacework. And when we talk about lacework, when we look at the samples, you see this beautiful sort of frame around the artwork. Yeah. And it's a skill to be able to create that quite easily. So what Josie has done, she's broken it down for us.
Right.
And we're looking at the samples here. So you can see you've got that intricate lace, the picot cutting, the white work. And if it was done traditionally, it would be on a grid that has thousands of holes.
This is what you were telling me. It sounded horrendous.
And what you would have to do, you'd have to count them and make up your own pattern. And then if you made a mistake, you've got to adapt your pattern or start again.
Or start
and then
again.
Lose the will to
Oh, completely lost the will,
Josie has made this. These are beautiful. These are A4 square plates. So these are our big plates.
Yeah, they're big, yeah.
And what Josie has done is it gives you the combination of both embossing and perforating. Ooh. So there's no counting, there's no thinking about it, and you can easily achieve these beautiful results. Now, when you look at the artwork from the fantastic design team, you'll think, oh, I'm not into my picot cutting, I don't want to cut them out yet. Then what will happen is that you adapt it, because that's all about the Groovi journey.
Right.
So if you're not into the picot cutting, you can just perforate. Yeah. And get a beautiful result.
Still get the fantastic effect, yeah.
All of the plates have straight lines on them as well to create frames.
Right.
So again, if you don't want to cut out the intricacy, then you could just cut it down with a craft knife and a ruler.
Fab. So we've got lots of choice there with that perforating and that embossing. So this is part of a large range, isn't it, with Josie? We've moved to the princes now, because you were telling me about the kings and the queens.
We've got the kings, the queens, the princesses, the Italian cities, the ribbon lace plates. It's just so. And when you see what people create with them that have never ever been able to do it before, it's just mad.
Phenomenal.
It really, really is.
Phenomenal. So we've got it on 2 flexi-buy payments. So it's working out at the moment for £59.96. You're getting 4 of these fabulous plates, but you're only paying for 3. But if you're a Freedom Club member, look at that discount. It takes it right down. £26 saving, which is huge. It takes it right down to £53.96 and 2 flexi-buy payments there of £26.98. And already we have a lot of interest, Paul. Almost 20% of the stock has gone.
Wow.
I know. I've barely had time to show a sample. Something I will show, though, is the individual princes, if that's all right, Paul, just simply because these cards are made up for us to see the intricate designs.
That's right. So what Josie has done, Josie has created these beautiful frames from them. And that's the whole idea of the plates. Now, you can do square frames, you can do rectangle frames, you can just do borders. And in each of the 4 different plates that you're going to get, you also get the cutting guide as well. Ooh. So Josie tells you how to work with it, how to do the embossing first, then the perforating, and then where to cut as well, because it's really important to be able to know how to do that to get this beautiful lace type of effect.
There we go. I'm going to show everybody in terms of our guides and what have you. There we go. So you've got the pattern grids there.
So that's what it will look like if you follow the instructions. And then on the reverse, you can see that beautiful corner. Yeah. And in the red, it tells you exactly where to picot cut.
That's fantastic. That's really useful. That's so useful. Because if you weren't sure how to approach that, that's just a gift, isn't it? That's just
Well, it's like anything
incredible.
at Clarity we bring to you. We don't just bring you something and then say, right, go and get on with it.
Yes,
especially with something with this, you need to be able to learn, and we have Groovi Worldwide and Clarity Worldwide, where all our beautiful design team are on there, and they can answer any questions.
These are Glynis's. I'm just showing some of Barbara's Paisleys there as well.
And the design team, I mean, that one was Glynis, wasn't it? That one there. And you can see they've combined them. So the one we're looking at the front there is from Jane Telford. Then we've got Crystal. So it's using a combination of 2 other plates we have on the show as well.
Yes.
We've got Barbara's
Paisleys.
sampler,
Yes, and
which
the
is brand new tonight.
Yeah.
And then Linda's 123 Wildflowers.
Gorgeous. I'm trying to show some of those individual plates there that we've got. Forgive me, I want to show you Philip. Here he is. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh, these samples.
So that one's gorgeous from Frances, isn't it?
That's
So Frances,
stunning.
rather than take an outside frame, she's created a frame panel to be the centrepiece of her card.
I'd never thought of doing it that. That's phenomenal. And then Jane, my goodness, Jane.
So Jane's done a really nice just border, just using
Yes.
an element of the plate as well.
Stunning. And then we'll move to the Albert, and this is Frances's sample there.
Okay, isn't
and
that
then we've
gorgeous?
got, oh, look at this now. That's using the new paisley plate. That's Carol's. Isn't that stunning? Oh, they're amazing. Now, that's just a sample of a few. There's so many here. All the princes here, very, very busy. I don't want to muddle them up. We've got queues on the phone line. Please, if I can direct you to the web, if you've got access, then that will expedite the process there. And, yeah, please don't miss out, especially with that £26 discount for the Freedom Club members. Now, you mentioned the new plates there, Paul. Let's move on to this phenomenal system here, because already 10% is gone. There's a lot going on here, isn't there, Paul?
There is. So I've just heard in my ear how much of the stock has gone already.
Yes, I know. We haven't even shown it yet.
No, I don't. So again, this is another. It was an idea that we do. When we're working with our plates, we
Yes.
have a plate mate.
You do,
in order
yes.
to house our plates. So when we're working with parchment, and basically what we did, we have a Celtic A4 square plate mate, and when I was using Linda's gatefold plates, they were an A4
gatefolds.
plate, and
Yeah.
so I had that either end of it.
Yeah.
But there was a gap in the middle.
Right.
So Dave, Barbara's husband, Mr. Clarity, he was watching and he said to Barbara, he went, oh, we need to do some spacers for that. So those little panels in the middle, one of them's gone a bit wonky.
Oh, well,
these
yeah.
are what we call extenders. So
Right.
this would allow you to take the A4 square plate mate and then make it bigger so
Yes.
that your A4 plates will fit in there perfectly.
Ah, so
In
you're
a-
going to show me that in practice.
That's right. And
Practicalities.
what you're also going to get, this design is embossed, so there's no perforating, and it's designed by Josie again.
Yeah.
And it's the first time on a single plate where we've combined both diagonal and straight patterns.
Which we just saw in that beautiful
That's
colour.
right.
Yeah.
So the Prince plates are based on a straight pattern.
Yeah.
And then the plate mate here, you've got diagonal and straight as well.
Gosh. And then we've got, yes, so then we've got our groovy tabs there as well. 16 of those, which I know you always use to hold everything in place. So you've got your lovely square grid with the extenders, your groovy tabs there, and your plate mate. Absolutely amazing. But you're going to show us just how that fits together, Paul, if that's all right.
Yes, absolutely. So basically, when we get the plate, it comes in two parts. I don't think it's broken. In the office, we call it the broken plate mate, but only because if we was to pop that in the post to you with the plate in the middle, what's the chances? One, it's not really going to go through your letterbox,
No.
and two, would it survive in one piece?
Transit, no.
So basically, you have your A4 square plate,
Yeah.
that goes in the middle, and then what happens is you bring this around to either side of it. You then take your groovy tabs so that it holds it in place. Whoops. All fingers and thumbs. So it holds it in place just like that.
And they're
then-
reusable, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, what I tend to do is just keep two on there, and it acts as a hinge.
Oh, right.
You see, and then that fits in there.
Yeah.
Now, if I've got one of my A4 plates, for example, I've just got a plate mate here. So if I want to extend that, then all I would do, I mean, it's so simple, but it is so effective.
The best ideas always are, though, aren't they?
Yeah, so there we go. We've got. So this is what I was doing before.
Yes.
Because our original plate mate, that's how it worked. So and Dave saw
You
the
had
gaps.
this gap, yeah.
So then we have these beautiful little spacer or extenders that just pop perfectly
goodness.
into there. And then if I take my larger piece of parchment, it
Wow.
means now I can attach my parchment to the plate mate
Yes.
and again still check my work like we would with a normal
Unbelievable.
plate
The
mate.
possibilities are endless with it. I mean, there's so much on that plate, mate.
There
and
is, the design of it. I mean,
There's
I
so
have this
much, Paul.
beautiful sample here from
Yeah.
Josie. And
at that.
what she explained was that she's combined both the straight and the diagonal together, which
Wow.
isn't really sort of been possible before.
Gosh.
But Josie's made it so easy to do. And even though these are embossed, You then take a basic grid and then you can perforate in between the embossed pattern or around the outside, just like Josie's done.
Wow. Oh my gosh, so many possibilities. Very, very busy on this fabulous brand new bundle. £29.97. We've got some more stunning samples as well. 077430. Now this is Frances, and isn't that absolutely nice? She's using Linda's Wildflowers, which are on the show tonight, and we've talked about Barbara's Paisley, so please have a look at those because they are on the show as well. Isn't that beautiful? Love those wildflowers there. They're gorgeous. I mean, look at the intricacies. I love this idea, as Paul just said, of, yes, this is the embossing, but we can use it with the perforated plate mate. Isn't that amazing? That's Carol, and then we've got Glynis there. I just want to do a name check for everybody. Oh, OK. Let's have a look at some more fabulous samples and inspiration. Stunning, yes. Do shop ahead. Do shop ahead because already, I mean, we've barely had time to chat. I've only just introduced him. 10 minutes in and almost a quarter of the stock has gone of the one-day special. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow, Paul, but it's all gone.
See, if it was back at base, then I could rustle something up. But
quick,
being in the studio, it's just...
Well, listen, just make sure you check out your baskets, especially with that big £26 saving if you're a Freedom Club member. There's never been a better time to become a Freedom Club member, and do shop ahead for the new Barbara Paisley plates, as well as the repeat of Linda's Wildflowers, which is stunning. Right, well, listen, Paul, I think we better see a demonstration before it all goes, my darling, if that's all right.
No pressure then.
No pressure.
No pressure. Right, OK. So what I wanted to do was to showcase what we've got coming up over the next 5 hours, stock permitting.
Yeah.
So that people think, oh, I didn't know you could do this or you could do that. So let's just have a look on the overhead. It's all right, Chris, I'm not going to lean forward and press the button to turn the camera. I'm resisting that urge to do that. So this is the card we're going to have a look at during this hour that Josie is very kindly, I mean, a big thank you to Josie, not only for her beautiful designs, but for doing these samples and staging it all for me and for Chris. So this one here uses William. And you can see you've got this beautiful, intricate frame, and then we've got Linda's 1, 2, 3 Wildflowers in the middle. Yeah. And then with the designer paper in the background, it just enhances it and brings it all together. Yeah. So that's what we're going to look at in this hour. Then this, I love this one. This is another one. This is for 8 o'clock this evening. And this is uses Barb's Paisley plate together with our designer parchment. So this is using the Waimea Falls designer parchment that we also have on the show.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
And that one is using Prince. I've forgotten it now. Prince Philip.
It's Philip. Yep. I'm trying to spot the princes. Yep.
Then at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, again, just there's 2 different colour tones, the purple and the light purple. Gives it a sort of an elegance. Again, using Linda's 1, 2, 3 plate in the middle. And this one is using Harry.
8 o'clock tomorrow will be with Harry.
I'm glad you know. My mind has just gone totally blank. And then at 12 o'clock. See, can you see the difference between the sizes with the adaptability that you have? So this one is using Albert, combined with some of our other Groovi plates we have on the show. So it's a rectangle rather than a square.
Yes, so much
versatility. It really does give you that versatility. Yeah. And then this, I love this one, a completely different look. So this one, again, I think this one goes back to William, but it's just using a corner. Yeah. And then this has taken the designs from the plate mate. Yes. So it shows how they all mix and match together.
beautifully work together in harmony. So that's exciting.
So that's the plan for the next 5 hours.
If it lasts, Paul, if it lasts. Otherwise, we could be saying, bon voyage, lovely to see you. Sorry you have to go so early.
A short
sold
visit.
out.
Okay, so when we have a look at the design, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down. So if you're brand new to the lace grids, the duets, really sort of just break it down so that you can see exactly how they work and what you can do with them.
Yeah.
So when we're first looking at our design, I've got mine in the folder. We've got these fantastic folders on the show. These are the A4 square folders. So I have mine stored in here. So I've got William, I've got Harriet, and I've got all my instructions in there as well. And then also in here, I've got the ribbon plates we also have on the show. This is where the A4 square really started. This was back in January of this year. And then, so we've got the 4 of those. And then also in here, which I need, we've got the lovely paisley plates.
These are divine.
And then we're also going to need
Wildflowers.
our Linda's 1, 2, 3 Wildflowers. So if we grab William.
This is what you were showing me earlier, because about the 2 sides to it.
That's
Paul,
right.
yes.
And the instructions, again, that come with the plate, but also it tells you, for those that are new to parchment and the Groovi system, normally on a design plate, you can feel the grooves are laser etched within them.
Yeah.
Now, because obviously it's only going to be on one side, the perforations are drilled all the way through.
Yes.
So you may think, well, if I do this and then that, so it tells you when you come to perforate this side up.
It's foolproof.
It is.
I like that.
It really is. Because you would trace it out and say, keep the plate down and say, oh, it doesn't line up. There's something wrong. So what we're going to do to start with, I've got my plate. Okay. Now, if I take a large piece of parchment, for example, I've got to try and attach it to the plate, and there's not much room.
No.
So this is where the plate mate really comes into play. Okay, so I'm going to pop that around my plate.
Now, 20% of the plate mate's already gone. Don't forget, it's got those fabulous extenders. And I should point out, it was remiss of me not to say this, once that's gone, it's gone, I'm afraid. So we have no more of that. I can't say, oh, we'll put it on extended or anything like that. That's it for now. So, yes, so please don't miss out.
Okay, so I've now got my plate in place. It gives me that larger area to work on. What we've also incorporated on the plate mate are there's some straight lines. So that when you're working with your parchment, it gives you a reference for lining up.
Yes.
You see. So I could obviously go with the lines on here if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to have that straight line,
Yes.
then it wouldn't be much good if I was sort of lining it up with those lines, because I'm not going to get those lines.
Yeah.
So the idea is what to start off with. You can decide how big a frame you want. Okay. So if I bring in Josie's one here, we can see you've got the longer side down there, and then you've got the shorter one. But it means we have to extend it.
Yes.
Okay. And what happens when we first brought out the designs, we found that there was a lot of people, they'd trace all this out, turn it around, then trace more out, all again, trace it all around, and they'd get up and they'd be slightly out and it wouldn't line up a little bit. So you'd have to put butterfly to disguise it. So Barbara came up with the idea when we was working with them, is that what you do is you create reference marks.
Right, okay.
So rather than trace out all of the design and then get round and it doesn't join up, you just do a number of reference marks.
Okay.
So that once you know that it's going to join up, then you can go back and complete it.
Yes, for your card size, yeah.
So, for example, I need to work out how big a frame I want. So if I bring in a topper that Josie, this could be a picture, it could be a stamped image, it could be any size. The only restriction is the size of your parchment. Okay. So what I can do is let me tape this down. Okay. Fingers and thumbs. So I'm using the line on the plate mate just to line it up.
Because this is, you know, for people that are experienced, this is obvious, but for someone like me, it's like, I don't know how to work this out. So,
Yeah.
but I understand how you could fall into the trap of getting it slightly wrong.
So, for example, if I didn't want to do any picot cutting, this is where these straight lines on the plate come into play.
Yeah.
So it means I could trace those out and then just trim it down with a paper trimmer and a craft knife.
Yeah.
If I wasn't into doing the picot cutting.
Yeah.
So what I can do, I can position this where I want it to be, and I can say, right, how many of these do I need to
4,
come
5,
across?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So that's 7, and then I come down here, will give me my positioning.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's a good way to work on. Start with your topper first. If you don't know what you're going to put in there,
Yes.
you just want to do the beautiful frame, then you can do that and then do the centerpiece afterwards. It's
yeah.
entirely up to you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wipe with our tumble dry sheet. Now I need to get my tools out. Now I had to stock up my pink bag.
Oh my gosh, that's full to busting. That
It
is, Paul.
We've got these on the show as well. So I had
That's
to
amazing.
reload everything. So I'm going to take out the tools that I need. So I'm going with the 1 and 2 tools from the starter kit. And
That's
then
a
I've got
good
my
bag,
pencils
isn't
in
it?
here. We've got the Purger line of pencils. I've got my Purger colour
Oh my
pens.
gosh, we need this bag in
I've
our
got
life,
all
Paul.
my tools in here.
This is the best bag ever.
And then I know I'm going to need my 1 needle bold and my 2 needle bold for later. So we'll take those out now.
So we've got that bag on the screen, £29.99, £5 savings, 653.91. I've not seen the bag before.
Have you not seen
no,
it? Oh,
it's amazing.
fine. I mean, look how much stuff I've got in there. And I would take this with me wherever I go.
Yeah.
And as long as I put the stuff back in there,
Yeah.
then I know where to
You've
find it.
got everything on hand, yeah. Fabulous.
Okay. So what I would do now, I'm going to bring my Groovi Guard in that comes with the accessories kit. And when I'm embossing, I'm going to emboss with my number 2 tool.
Right.
And the number 2 tool has a little ball on the end.
Okay.
Okay. And so what I would do, I would just press into the dots.
Okay.
Okay. And what I'm doing, I'm going to create a reference mark. So I'm not doing all of it, I'm just doing certain areas. Okay. So I've got my corner piece here, and then I know I want to do 7 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do these couple of dots here, and I'm going to come across here as well, so that it gives me the right angle. You see, but this, I love this. Doing the embossing with the dots, it is so effective.
It looks so satisfying. And I'm only watching, I'm not doing it. It's fantastic.
And then what I do, so I know it's going to be 7 down here. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll stop there. So I'm just stopping short of the 7.
Giving yourself a little guide mark there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I just repeat that process like that, and again, see, this is where back in the beginning, what we would do, we would have embossed all of this, taken
Yeah.
the time to do it, and then as we turn round,
turned.
then you think, oh, it doesn't
It's
line up.
overlapped slightly, or yeah.
So I know, let's just do a couple of these little boxes here.
I should remind everybody as well, 30% of the One Day Special has gone. We're only 22 minutes in, so please don't miss out. And the Groovi plate accessory kit there, well, not the accessory kit, the large plate mate as well is proving very popular there at the bottom of the screen with the A4 square grids.
Okay, so now, this was my first one, so I can now reposition this. I've still got that straight line
Yeah.
across the top, so I know then my parchment is going to be straight.
Yeah.
You see, and then I would continue on and do this side. Then I would turn it round again and would repeat that process. Now, I do have one that Josie has very kindly prepared for me, just to show how what I mean by that. Okay, so we can see now, let's just pop a black piece of card underneath. So Josie's done a little bit more tracing out than what I did, but it was just to give you that explanation. And you can see now how the frame is starting to come together.
Yes.
So all I need to do to make sure that it lines up, see, look, it just falls back
Your
into the
markers
dots.
there, yes.
Just like that. Okay. So they fall back in. And what it means now is that I can complete my frame. And I know that it's going to meet up. So let me just check that. That's in the right place. My Groovi tabs. hold that down. And my Groovi guard. I brought a couple of these. I keep losing these. These are sort of like
They're in the accessory kit,
must-have.
aren't they?
They
Paul?
are,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Fab.
And then you just push that in.
So this is the embossing side at the moment.
This is
it,
still
Paul?
the
Yeah,
embossing side.
yeah.
So this is just to give us our initial frame to make sure that it all joins up. Okay. I love doing this. This is... and Josie just makes it so easy for us.
She's done all the hard work, hasn't she?
Absolutely. She's done all the counting. She's worked out where the embossed dots need to go.
All the beautiful different variations of patterns. I can't believe the amount that's on there.
See, and then what happens is that we then go round and we start to, if I just do this piece in the middle, you'll see exactly. And what I love is that I can see if I've missed a dot.
Yes.
Because the parchment goes white straight away.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
She's got the right level of depth for each of those
See,
dots.
I get carried away when I'm doing this. So you have to, when you're doing the initial frame, you just have to have that control, not to get carried away. As long as you've done the key parts.
Yeah.
So let's just do those so that we can see what Josie has done for us.
Yeah.
So now when I lift that off, I know my frame is now complete. Let me just bring that in there. You see, so I've now got my completed frame. So now that I know it all lines up perfectly, I can go back in and complete the rest of the design.
Yeah, rather than having, you know, done all of that work
Done all that
around one
time
side.
and then it doesn't meet right at the last point.
Heartbreaking.
It's so frustrating when that happens. So it's a really good, it's something that Barbara came up with when we first brought the frames in.
Yeah, no, great top tip, because it's a trap you'd easily fall into if you didn't know, so great to know that, Paul, thank you. So this is the one-day special. 30% has already gone. You are getting, this is the Prince's collection, so you're getting 4 of these A4 square grids. You are getting the lovely, lovely William and Harry and Philip and Albert. 4 for the price of 3. Even better if you're a Freedom Club member, taking a whopping £26 off that price and taking it right down to £53.96. £59.96, sorry. 2 flexi-buy payments of £26.98, so we can split it over June and July there. 422726. Absolutely stunning. Yes, let me show you some more samples. I've been rotating them because I want you to see what the team have done because they're phenomenal. This, have I got, yes, I have, yes. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Oh, my word, isn't that amazing? Oh, just this, the William plate there. Isn't that beautiful? That is Carol. That's Carol. That's our lovely Carol. And again, using Barbara's paisley there. That is Chris. They're new on the show today, so please have a little look. Shop ahead. This is Glynis there, and this is using Harry there. Oh, isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh, how beautiful is that? Just shows you the different ways in which those fantastic lace plates can be used. So different, so unique. And then we have Sheila. This is the Philip plate there. Isn't that stunning? And again, with Barbara's Plaisies there. There's Chris Walker's there. And then this is to Albert. Again, Chris Walker's there. Isn't that beautiful? Well, is that the Wildflowers in that one there, Paul?
That's the Wildflowers,
yeah. Linda's Wildflowers, which we've got on the show. And then, oh, Karen's excelled. Not that anybody else has, there's just some of them just take your breath away, Paul. Just amazing.
It's a really good use of the paisley, isn't it? To create that pinwheel effect.
Love that pinwheel effect. We need to get those in our life. 422726. The team are amazing, as always. Please don't miss out. Very, very busy, very busy. What you need to go with it is the plate mate. You do, because a quarter of the stock's already gone, and Paul's just been showing us the versatility of having this plate mate. Plus, you've got that fantastic A4, well, the plate itself there to go in the centre, and the extenders, and 16 of those Groovi tabs as well. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Very, very busy there. £29.97, 077430. I will show the paisleys, if that's all right, because we've talked a lot about them. These are brand new, and these are Barbara's paisleys, and I hadn't even thought about the pinwheel till I just saw it. You've already found them, and already 20% of the stock has gone. That's a great price point, isn't it, Paul? $14.99 for all those paisleys.
Absolutely. You've got 9 beautiful designs on there. I've got some samples here that we've been looking at in our Groovy Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just to show. I don't know if we've Chris can come to the overhead for me.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris. So basically, what I've done, this is just one of the designs on the plate.
Yes.
And with the benefit of the Groovi, you can break it down by just tracing out different elements.
The different machinations, yes.
So again, we then look at another one. So this is exactly how it comes on the plate. But again, look how different they look.
Yes, break down the elements there.
Then we have the next one. So this is the design in completion. And again, breaking it down. See, for me, that's one of the great things I love about the Groovi system, is that you can have the design and take it exactly how it comes, or you can pick and choose the different elements. You see, I love this one. It's sort of like really nice. But look at that. You could use that in a corner on its own.
Isn't that beautiful? Yes.
You've got the lovely leaf one. Oh, there we go.
There's 9 on there.
The one there. So you've got 9 different designs, but I've broken each design into 6. And that's just a starting point.
Yes, absolutely.
So again, I call this one the strawberry one.
I was just about to say that. It's like a strawberry, Paul.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's funny what you see when you trace them out, the different things. You've got the lovely one with the hearts. And then the final one, the 9th one. I think this is quite retro, and you've got a lovely little border there as well.
Looks like a little gate, picket fence. Absolutely, isn't that amazing? All just from one plate. Amazing, one plate. $14.99, brand new, 246300. I think they're amazing. And then there was the pinwheel. Never be more designs. So back over to Linda's Wildflowers now. These are proving very popular. That beautiful large poppy is a stunner, isn't it? This is gorgeous, Paul. Linda's Wildflowers. So this we haven't seen since, was it 2019?
2019, yeah.
Gosh, so you may have missed it because people, you know, everybody watches at different times. So you've got 9 of those beautiful wildflowers. I'm dying to show you some of the finished samples. So this is Linda's there. Isn't that subtly beautiful? Look at this. Are you ready for the wow? Jane, you're amazing. Look at those fantastic background papers as well. Oh, my giddy. Look at this. Just beautiful. I can't read who this is. Oh, is this Linda again? Oh. And then, oh, there's our Linda again. They're just beautiful, aren't they? Josie there, stunning. Well, we've got Josie's fantastic plates on the design. Jane, I mean, look at those poppies. Oh, my gosh, look at the gorgeousness of this. Isn't that beautiful? Just stunning. Oh, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven, Chris. Beautiful. $14.99, 703070. Lots on the website, so please have a little look. Shop ahead. Paul earlier mentioned the ribbon lace Duet collection, so that's on there. We've got those folders, the Groovi storage folders. Very busy on those. You know, I don't think Paul could have lived without those in lockdown, quite frankly. Just amazing. So there's plenty on there, all the Purger pencils and what have you there. So, yeah, you've got your poppets, you've got your parchment, you've got the deluxe starter kit, you've got the Pergamano ball tool kit, the fantastic tool organiser. It's all on there, so please don't miss out. Very busy, Paul. And people are so happy to see you back, honey.
Thank you. It's lovely to be back, and it's nice to have a sort of a face-to-face interaction, even though we're socially distanced.
I know.
But it's nice to be able to bring you something so special as well. Yeah. This has been a long time in the making.
Yes, I believe
we don't
it.
say. I mean, you imagine the design element of it takes time. And then obviously we then have to put it into testing, make sure that it all works.
Yeah.
And so like the princes, it was just the next progression. And when we looked at the designs, we thought, can we get away with them on a smaller plate? And I thought, we can't do them justice on an A5 square plate. So that's why we brought them onto the A4 square.
Yeah, and fantastic. It's well worth it because they are absolutely stunning. Very, very busy, so please don't miss out. Almost a third of the stock gone, and this is just the launch. So I suggest everybody checks out their baskets and don't miss out. Right, Paul, what are you going to show us next?
OK, so I thought what Josie has very kindly done for us is this is in different stages. So we can see how Josie has completed out the embossing of the design. She's infilled with the areas, and where she wanted to do what we call white work, see how these areas are really popping out?
Yeah.
Then they've been traced out with a number 2 tool to get that soft line. Okay, and what that means is that when we stretch the parchment to create the white work, what happens is you get a natural look, so you don't get the rigid line that you would normally.
Right.
Now, what I wanted to show, we'll concentrate on some white work in the 8 o'clock show, but I want to show how the plates work in conjunction with the duet part of it, with the perforating.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, we recently launched our 12 by 12 super foam.
Yay.
Okay. And you've got black and you've got white.
Okay.
And you think, why do we need black and why do we need white?
Well, I'm going to ask the question, why do we, Paul?
Okay. The reason we need black and we need white is if you have the light panel and you want to work with perforating or picot cutting, then the light needs to be able to illuminate through the super foam.
Yes.
Okay. So the white will allow that to happen.
Oh.
Now, if I was to pop this on here...
You can't see anything.
You can't see anything, but the light would illuminate from underneath.
Right.
But not everybody has a light wave.
No,
Okay.
no.
So this is where the black comes into play. So now when we pop that on top, we can clearly see our design.
Makes perfect sense now.
So it's really good to have both. And why do we need 12 by 12? The reason we need 12 by 12 is because now if I bring in my plate mate, the plate mate, look, made to measure, sits perfectly on there. And then I can take my plate. Now this time we're going to do the perforating. So we need to make sure we flip the plate over so that it says perforate this side up.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we do the same with our parchment, because when we're doing the embossing, we're always working on the back. But when we perforate, we need to perforate from the front. If I pass this over, Fiona, and you just gently rub your fingers across the back where it's been perforated and picot cut, you'll find that it's quite scratchy.
Oh, yes, yeah, definitely.
So that obviously needs to hide underneath the card. So if you find that when you do it, when you do the perforating, I mean, it won't work if you don't flip it over anyway, because you're not going to be able to line up the design.
No, okay.
But that's the reason why we perforate from the front.
From the other side, Thank you, yes, brilliant.
Thank you. So what we're going to do now is the way in which the design works is that the embossed dots fit within the perforations. Okay.
Because it won't work, like you said, otherwise,
That's right.
No, you've got it wrong.
So the perforations, if I just move that slightly, there we go, perfect. So if I try and position this and I try and line it up with the dots over there, all I'm going to do, it's not going to work.
No.
So you just position your parchment so that the perforations around the outside, so we can see that, can't we? Yeah, there we go. And then once you're happy, I'm looking at the line across here, and now I'm going to come in and look at the side. So I just, but look, the way Josie's done it, she's lined it up with the line on the plate mate.
Yes.
So the thinking has been done for me. So if I take my Groovi tabs, so I'm just going to line that up, make sure, I'm just going to bring my head in right over the top so I can make sure I'm in the right position. Okay. Take the time just to make sure, and what you'll find, where Josie's already perforated along here, they fall back into the perforations. So that's another little help as well. So I'm just going to take my time. Oh, come on, there's taking your time and there's taking your time. Okay, I'm going to position that one there. And just make sure this is in place here. And it is, because it's lined up there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, you've got choices. Depending on the design, you can either use a 1, a 2 or a 4 needle bold tool.
Okay.
All of our plates have been designed to work with a bold needle. Okay, so we have a set on the show. Now, for me personally, I prefer to use a 1 needle tool because I get more into a rhythm.
Right.
If you watch Josie, who's queen of the perforating and the grit, it's like a sewing machine. It's crazy how, but again, I suppose it's like something that it comes with practice, doesn't it? So if I take my Groovi guard, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to focus, I'm going to use one of the apertures within there. And let's come over to here. And what happens is when you perforate, the needle goes down straight.
Yeah.
Because the grid gives you that balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I remember once trying to test one of these grids before it was turned into a Groovi plate, and it was a printed pattern.
Yeah.
How it was done traditionally. And it looked as if I'd just gone stab, 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 stab with a tool, because I wasn't getting the needle at the right angle.
Oh.
Okay. So
what's the trick there then,
So
Paul?
well, the grid is the trick, because it forces the needle to be upright.
It guides it.
You see?
Yeah.
And then what you do, and you can only perforate where there's a hole.
And it'll only go in the, in the one
So
direction.
if I try and perforate where these white dots are, nothing's going to happen
Nothing's
because there's no hole underneath.
Right.
Whereas traditionally, this would be a grid like this with hundreds of holes. And if I did get carried away and I went over an embossed dot, I would perforate it.
I don't know how anybody coped.
I know.
How did anybody do that, Paul? I can't believe it even existed.
Exactly.
Thank heavens for Josie.
So what we can do now is we start to just perforate. So this is at the point where you think, okay, I like this, but I'm still not at the picot cutting stage. The design will look just as beautiful without any picot cutting.
And through there, you can see where those holes are, because from my angle on the camera, I can't quite see, but I can see obviously where you've embossed. But through your plate, you can actually see those holes that you're piercing.
You can,
can't you? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
nice and clear.
if I put the light panel underneath with the white super foam, then it would illuminate it. Should we have a
Yeah.
look at that with the white super foam underneath, so
Oh,
you can see with the light
I tell you what
panel?
it was just no offence to my lovely director, it was just the camera angle, because you're looking at it over and above, so I just wanted to reassure people that you can actually see where the hole perforations are.
So if I bring my light panel and my white super foam, and then I'm going to transfer this over.
We'll get that light panel up on the screen there. So what are the other benefits of the light panel, Paul, for anybody who's not invested yet?
A lot of people will use it when they're tracing out, because it helps illuminate the, especially if you're using coloured parchment, the darker
yes.
colour on the designer.
Yeah.
So it can really help with that. Another reason, if you're doing picot cutting, I like to maybe have an illumination underneath to help that. If I'm tracing out and I don't want the big lights on in the living room, then it just, I can have the table lamp on.
Yes,
and
it's the perfect
works that
position,
way.
isn't it?
Yeah. So
Ooh,
now
yes.
we can
wow,
see.
what a difference.
There we go.
Gosh.
There we go. So we'll just get Chris to come in on that for me. There we go.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we can see now a lot more clearly.
Yeah. And
And
through
as
the
we've-
foam, that's amazing, isn't it? The white foam.
But for me, if I was doing a lot of perforating and picot cutting, the light panel makes a big difference
Doesn't
for
it
me.
just?
It's not essential, I say,
No.
because you can use the black super foam
Yeah.
if you don't have one. But it's
Gosh.
just great. And it's sort of, as you perforate, the light comes through.
Yes, you can see it instantaneously as soon as you've done it there, Paul. We've got that on 2 flexi-buy payments as well of £31.49, 436518. Gosh, I think that's such a fantastic tool, isn't it? Or you can go for the one-off payment, £62.98. But as Paul said, the black and the white foam, you can get both of those in the pack, so it gives you the choice. Fabulous.
See, I love perforating. You get carried away. And I don't... It's a skill to be able to talk and demonstrate at the same time, because you have to concentrate on what you're doing. Okay. Now with this, I don't really need to concentrate on what I'm doing, because Josie has done all the hard work for me.
Yeah.
So I know I can talk.
If
Well, I'm
you
not
missed
saying I
it,
can
you can
watch
go back to
TV
it.
at the same time,
Listen to the news.
but I haven't got to think about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Because you'll see instantaneously, oh, I've missed one, or I missed a bit, or...
Yeah.
But it won't have ruined your design.
So
'cause
then you
it's
can
easy
see
to...
now how it sort of, it starts to sort of really come to life and build up.
Fabulous.
It's so effective, it really, really is.
It is amazing, yeah. Fantastic. I'll have a quick mention about the
Yeah,
One Day Special. We'll come
absolutely.
straight back to you again, Paul. A third of the stock has gone. We're so busy. £59.96, £20 saving, but that is increased to £26 saving if you're a Freedom Club member, and that's 2 flexi-buy payments of £26.98 over June and July 422726. This is the Princess Collection, and it fits perfectly with the Groovi Mate plate for the A4 square grids with the extenders and the Groovi tabs, which are at the bottom of your screen. But let me show you some more fabulous samples. So again, this is our beautiful William there. This is Chris's, our beautiful William plate. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's in conjunction with one of Barbara's, well, the brand new Paisley plate. And then get a look at that. I mean, it just sends your card making and into another stratosphere. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, I'm a little bit besotted with Harry over here. Linda's Wildflower there, the poppy. I mean, isn't that beautiful? But look how beautiful it is with Barbara's gorgeous Paisley there, isn't it? That's Jane's there, so that's Harry. And then we have got Philip over here. Now, Philip is using, again, with 3 of Barbara's Paisleys. Isn't that beautiful? And then we could swap that over with our lovely Jane's Wildflowers. Stunning. And then let's move to Albert. There we go. Carol's gorgeous. And again with a Paisley. It's a match made in heaven, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? Francis. Oh, the team are amazing. We'll keep rotating those around. £53.96, 2 flexi-buy payments, 422726. It's well worth your while to become a Freedom Club member for £7.97 because that includes unlimited delivery for the month. Yeah. And don't miss out on your Groovi Platemate because that's a necessity to have with it. Yes, 30% of the Platemate has gone. You are getting 16 of those lovely Groovi tabs. You are getting the A4 Platemate and extenders as well. And when I look at the wealth of design on there in conjunction with your Platemate, I mean, it's just astonishing, isn't it? For your larger A4 projects there. £29.97, 077430. Really, really beautiful. So many beautiful cards here. Let me show you a couple more. Look at these. Oh, stunning. There's Chris's. And again, those lovely backgrounds. We've got those on the show, haven't we? The background.
The parchment pockets we have on the show as well. We've got a special offer on those with the storage folder.
Lovely. Have a look at those on the web. Sheila there. And our lovely Karen. Gorgeous. 077430 proving very popular and brand new today. Right, let's go back to Paul because we've got 10 minutes left for this hour.
Okay, 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
wow.
my darling. What can you give us?
Where's the time come? Okay, so we've sort of worked out how we create our frame.
Yeah.
We've worked out how to do the embossing part of it to completion. And we've worked on a little bit of the perforating.
Yes.
So what Josie has very kindly done, she's perfect. She's pico cut some of it for us.
Yes.
But as I explained, if you've got to that stage where you think, oh, I don't want to do any pico cutting, you don't have to. But Josie gives you those guides within each of the 4 different plates because each of them are cut in different areas. And it's the same for any of the different Duet plates that we've brought to you in the past. So what we could do, we could just have a little bit, I know, because I want to show something special about the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just do a little bit of pico cutting on one of these if people are thinking, what's he talking about?
What's this pico business? Yeah.
So I'm going to bring in, I've got my bag, so
it's handy bag. I love the fact that she's included that on the back of the pattern grid there, because when you get the packaging and everything, you've got the picture on the front, and on the back, as Paul's explaining, there is the guide to do the pico cutting for each of the individual A4 plates in the Princess Collection there, so that you have an idea of what to do.
That's right. And again, rather than just give you the plate and say, right, we'll get on with it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any enjoyment out of it. So we try and guide you as much as we can so that you can achieve some beautiful results.
And you do your Groovi Tuesdays.
We do the Groovi Tuesday on Facebook.
About that,
Groovi Tuesday at 10 o'clock on the Charity Stamp Facebook, live every Tuesday.
Yeah.
This week we had the lovely Linda Williams in the room with us as well, lovely. The virtual room. But it's all about sort of just breaking down the myths of parchment craft and how you can achieve it. And I've always said, and I'll always say, if you can hold a pen, you can use the Groovi system. Tracing out the actual design, there's no skill required whatsoever. It's when you get that confidence that you can create something so beautiful, you want to learn those other steps. And for me, to be able to have these plates to learn how to create the lace work is an added bonus.
Oh,
it
astonishing.
really, really is.
Yeah, astonishing.
Okay, so I've got 3 different weapons of choice, as I like to call them. The 3 different Purger scissors. Okay, so the first one, which are the cheapest option. Now, these are Barb's favourite ones. These are called the exclusive. Okay, so they've got a really nice point to them. They're curved.
Yeah.
Okay, because you need a nice curve on them. So that's the exclusive scissors. Then we have the ring lock scissors.
Ooh.
And these ones are my ones of choice.
Ooh.
Because they have a larger aperture.
Oh, right, okay.
So my fingers are a little bit more chunkier.
Yeah.
So I just find those a little bit more comfortable.
Okay.
Then we have the Purger Cutters. Now I call these squizzers. So again, squizzers, because it's a cross between tweezers and scissors. So again,
ooh,
but what you'll notice that they've all got that really fine point.
Snippety snip, yeah.
And it's the main point of all of these 3 pairs of scissors. The main area is the tips, because that is what does all the cutting.
Right.
So you don't use them like a normal pair of scissors.
No.
So let me show you with I'm going to go with the ring lock. Now, when you're cutting, you're always going to cut over the waist area. Okay, so what I mean by the waist is the piece that's going to fall away from the outside. So I'm going to turn my parchment so it's comfortable for me. I'm going to come in with my scissors, and all you're going to do is just I need my glasses for this. These bright lights. See, with the bright lights on, my eyes are going funny. That's better. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm just popping the tips of the scissors in, and the idea is you just squeeze gently until it comes to a point. That wasn't a point. There we go. And then I'm just going to twist towards me.
Oh.
See, I should have warmed up first. You should always warm up before you start.
How would I do that?
cutting.
Just take a bit of scrap
Just take a scrap with a number of perforations in them. And there we go, I've warmed up already. It only took 2 holes for me to mess up. But you know what? In the whole scheme of things, nobody's really going to look and go, oh,
I would never have noticed unless you told me, I promise you that.
So then I'm going to turn it round. So you'll notice that I'm going in one direction, and it is just the tip. If you go in too far, all you're going to do, the blade of the scissors is going to cut the parchment. Oh. Okay.
So, what was the purpose of, can I ask a daft question?
No.
Turning it over?
Turning it over? What do you mean by...
Oh, you didn't turn it over, did you?
No, we're still on the front.
Oh, sorry, right.
No,
I
no,
misheard.
that's fine.
Sorry, darling.
Yeah, no, I didn't explain that. So what you're doing, you're also picot cutting from the front as well.
Okay.
Okay. And rather than twist my hand, I turn my work.
Oh, that might have been what you were saying, actually. You just turned it around, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, so now
those
then fall out.
And we still see all that beautiful edging of the design. Yeah.
So you get that beautiful picot, and you can't really see. Chris isn't going to come in too far to show off my mistakes, are you?
No, because he's a kind director.
But you know what? In the whole scheme of it, actually, I can't actually see where I've gone wrong now myself. No. So,
fabulous.
So at the end of the day, if your first couple of picots are not perfect, then don't lose any sleep over it.
No, not at all.
So you would then complete that, and then once you've done that, this is what you would end up with.
Fantastic. Look at that.
Gorgeous. And it really, really is achievable, because you get hooked and you want to learn. I'm not saying that you're going to pick it up straight away, because for me, picot cutting took 6 months for me to learn.
Right, okay.
Some people do it instantly, some people take longer, some people will never get it. So never get sort of disheartened and think, oh, I can't do it. It's about persevering and giving it a go. Practice, just trace part of the border out on a piece and see what it looks like. And then when you get the confidence, then go back and then do
Yeah.
your beautiful piece of artwork.
Absolutely, it's like anything, isn't it? It's that
Yeah.
practicing, isn't it? Just having it a go.
And I just wanted to, have I quickly got time to talk about, 3 minutes to talk about the middle piece here.
Lovely.
So remember, this is where we started at the beginning of
Yeah.
our design, didn't we?
We did.
And we looked at this panel and said, this is how we was going to size our frame. Now, back in February, I think it was, we brought you the plate mate for A5 square grids. Okay, so this was another Josie. So you can see you've got the beautiful patterns around the outside. If I come in this way, there we go. You've got the beautiful patterns around the outside, and then you've got this gorgeous design plate. So this has all been designed using a straight grid.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've got panels in there, you've got the alphabet in there, you've got loads of lovely little frames that you can extend and shorten entirely up to you. So what Josie has done, she's taken a piece of parchment and she's traced out that middle panel, you see. And if I turn this over, you can see then where she's embossed, but there's no perforations in there in this plate because it's totally embossed. So this is where you then take the basic grid, you pop that in. So if I've got one here, so if you take this, and then you work from the front, you see, and then you line up your dots, and then you can perforate in between. See, you've got that flexibility and the mixability to it all.
Yes, that can now become the perforating
And then
one.
we've taken the beautiful poppies from Linda's 1, 2, 3 to put the design in the middle.
Fabulous. We've got that piercing grid on the screen there. 895930, £19.98. Absolutely amazing. Well, we're down to the last 90 seconds. So we've done lovely William. And who's coming up at 8 o'clock? Which prince is it? Is it Harry?
Prince Harry.
Harry,
is it Harry?
What was on your...
Let's have a look. Philip.
Philip, oh,
Prince
lovely
Philip's
Philip. Here he
up
is. Here's lovely Philip. Let me show you this. This is Francis' beautiful card. So this is Philip. So Philip's at 8 o'clock. Over a third of the stock has gone for the Princess Collection in the first hour. We're very busy for the Groovi Plate Mate as well with the square grids, as we are for Linda's Wildflowers and Barbara's beautiful Paisley. So please shop ahead on the web by Brandon. Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you, Fiona.
Thank you. We're looking
Thank
forward
you
to
very
seeing you again at 8.
Yes.
So lovely. We've got them for a full 24 hours. Yay! Please don't miss out. Don't forget to check out your baskets and do shop ahead by brand as well. And yeah, just enjoy more of the demonstrations with our Paul. Again, all 4 of those fantastic Josie Williams brand new Prince Lace Duet collection there. You're getting 4, but actually you're paying for 3. And if you're a Freedom Club member, a massive £26 discount there, taking it to 2 flexi-buy payments of £26.98. 422726. And then, of course, don't forget that Groovi Plate Mate at the bottom of the screen as well. We'll see Paul at 8 with the lovely Prince Philip, and let's see what's coming up.